Hello and welcome back to RCIcons. So in this episode I just wanted to show you some new arrivals. By the time you see this video it's going to be, it's already old news to be completely honest. The kits that I have here I just wanted to show you that I had gotten them in. So there's a Cougar Classic kit that's been out for a couple of months now. People are building them all over the internet. No big deal. There's a ProCat kit, ProCat Classic kit that I also picked up at my local hobby shop. Again, old news. Everybody's built it on YouTube, and same with the Egress Black. I actually picked up two of the Egress Blacks just because it's me. Partly because, for me in the U.S., Tamiya delivered $423 US, right? So you can't pick up a new unboxed Egress for $400 shipped. So regardless of whether it's black, pink, blue, or red, it's an Egress kit. For that money, absolutely, I'll take two. Not 2 days after I got the ProCat Classic new unboxed kit, I was contacted by Ruben. Hey, I'm looking to get rid of my original ProCat. Oh, really? So I ended up picking that up from Ruben, who I got the John Player Special YZ10 body from. I saw pictures of it and it just looked so retro. I was like, yeah, I had to have it. And then, so this video is a little messed up because this was supposed to be a separate video of the built cars, but I had some issues with one particular car, and I didn't want to do a video just on the two. It was supposed to be four. I had gotten a 501X for Glenn for Christmas, and that had been in the studio, and it was supposed to be a video of the 501X, this 201 that I'm going to show you, that I had come in, and then a Tamiya Adonis, new built, never finished car that was supposedly coming out of Brazil. So the 501X comes in, the 201 comes in, the Adonis is just sitting, no movement in tracking since November 18th. Reach out to the seller, no response. Wait, I figured it was stuck in customs or whatever. Reach out to the seller again, no response. Then I start researching the seller himself. He's got one sale on eBay, my sale, and no history, right? And then all of a sudden the listing is down. So usually you have to, after you purchase, you can look at the original listing. Now the listing is down. So I'm like, well, this doesn't seem right. I've 4 years of buying on eBay. Never has someone pulled the listing down. Never, it's all my fault because the picture, I could have sworn it was an Adonis picture of a car that was for sale 6 months ago out of the UK. And it was at auction, and I won it. But for whatever reason, I finally just contacted eBay and said, you know what? It hasn't shown up and I want a refund. And of course, with eBay's protection, I got my money back immediately. But I waited, 8 weeks for that car to do this video. Finally, it was like, I had to get Glenn his car because I wanted him to have it before Christmas. So I sent off the 501. So I never even got a video of that, but you'll see it on his channel. So this was going to be a video of these kits, and then this was going to be a separate video, but I figured, you know what, I'm just going to throw it all together into one. So yeah, we've got the Cougar Classic, we've got the ProCat Classic, we've got the Egress Black, which is sealed. I haven't opened it yet. We'll open it on camera because I want to take a look at it. I've got the original ProCat, and then this is a 201, so this is kind of a story as well. So I have a 201 in the cabinet that's built, never run, and it's an absolute bone stock 201. And it's great. It fit my criteria for my collection. I had a second 201 that was a bit battered. I had bought before this one, and when this one came in, I threw that one in the cabinets, and I threw the other 201 in a box with all the parts to restore it in storage. And it was going to be a giveaway car. And then Glenn came to me one night. Someone had offered him a 201 for short money, so he's like, I'm looking for an Exotech chassis extension. I'm like, okay. At that time I really didn't know what it was because I wasn't into RC. I wasn't back into it back then when Exotech was making them. So he sends me a picture of it, and I'm like, well, let me do some hunting. So I start hunting for one and making some, asking some of my contacts if anyone knows where one are, and they're like, those things are just impossible to find. Forget it, you're not going to find one. And I'm like, all right. So in the meantime, Glenn had come to me with another project he wanted to do with the 201 that he was getting, which was, he was looking for an XR conversion kit and an XM conversion kit. So I was able to source those for him. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to send him the old 201 that needs restoration, and I'll send him the two conversion kits so that he can do his 201 project. And, if I ever come across the Exotech, I'll send it off. And I pull out the old 201, and sure enough, it had the Exotech 8mm chassis extension on it. Never even knew it. Was never looking for it, really, because I didn't know it existed at the time. So I sent him pictures. I'm like, funny enough, I said, this is the 201 I was going to send you, and it's got the Exotech on it. I said, so let me send you off this car with the two conversion kits. You'll have the chassis extension for your 201, and you'll have everything you need for your project. So he was over the moon, sent it off, no big deal. Well, like everything I do with Glenn, as soon as I send it to him, I start thinking about the fact that I want one for myself. So I sent it off to him, and Martin had contacted him about having that sent to Bora, because Martin was looking for one and have Bora start making them, but Bora didn't seem to be interested. So long story short, Glenn had that one. I told him he had to will it back to me. In the event that he dies, I get it back. And the rest is history. I had my 201 and I was happy with it. And if I ever came across another Exotech, then the stars aligned. This comes up on eBay UK, brand new built 201 with the Exotech chassis extension. So I bought it. I won it. So now I have mine. Glenn has his. He can take it out of the will, and thank you very much. So that's the reason for buying this car. And then I hate the paint job on my original. So it looks all right from afar, but it's far from good. And now that I'm kind of getting into doing custom paint work, I've got a couple of Team Mazzari bodies for these, and I've got a couple of the original 201 bodies like what's on here. But I want to do a custom paint job myself for the car. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep the other 201 or if I'm going to give it away. Time will tell. But at this point, I've got two new built, and one of them has the Exotech on it. So that was the whole reason for this car. Sorry for the long story. So yeah, let me bring the camera over. I mean, the kits are a dime a dozen here as far as YouTube goes. You guys have seen them all before, the Schumacher kits. I haven't broken any of them open, but the Schumacher kits are... The reason I bought them, when I started collecting, it was about right when Schumacher was stopping the production of the Top Cat and the XLS. So I decided at that time that I wanted those kits, and I had to pay inflated money because Schumacher had literally just stopped producing them, right? So of course the scalpers start jacking the prices up, and it's like, if you want one, you have to buy it now, and it's going to be more or twice, what it was when you had the opportunity to buy it. So I have an XLS new in box rere kit back there. I've since sourced an original SWB and an original XLS in the cabinet. So that particular kit, I don't need to build it as an XLS. That's actually going to get built as a Fat Cat. I've got a Fat Cat carbon chassis and a Fat Cat body. So the XLS kit will get built as a Fat Cat. But I have the Top Cat kit just sitting up there. But I was like, you know what? When these got released, I wasn't going to end up in the same scenario. So I bought them just to have them. I'm not sure if I'll build them now or build them 10 years from now, but at least I have them for in the event that I want to build them. The Cougar I'll probably build because I don't have one behind the glass. The Top Cat I don't either. They're essentially the same car, except the Top Cat's got lay down shocks. So yeah, I mean, I had to have them, and then I actually did order 2 Cougar carbon fiber chassis from Philip and Sue. I forget where they're from, but they're making prototype carbon chassis for the Cougar / Topcat. So I did order 2 of those. So in the event that the chassis come in, we'll absolutely do at least one of those builds. The ProCat kit, I'm not sure what I'll do with that yet. Maybe I'll build that and it'll be the runner. This one will get restored for the shelf. I'm not sure. But I wasn't going to get stuck paying twice the price because I dragged my feet like I did with the other one. So that's the reason those are there. Egress Black, self-explanatory, right? I mean, I don't know how many they're going to make. It's not about an investment. I've got 2 Advanti Blacks, new in box kits. One will get built for the cabinets. One will stay new in box. Same with the Egress Black. One will stay new in box, whether they make 100,000 or 100 million. One will stay new in box with my Egress collection, and one will get built for the glass cabinets. So that's why I bought 2 of those. And then, like I said, I mean, I think $400 for an Egress kit, again, whether it's pink, red, blue, or green, is a good deal. So why not? Let me bring the camera over and I'll show you what we have here, because all I've done is ramble. And this video is going to be an hour long if we don't get moving. So, see you in a second. Alright, so now that I got you in position, we'll start with the ProCat original. So this is the car. Doesn't get any more retro than that, right? That's screaming 1980s. Or late 80s, early 90s. So I believe the story with this car, and I could be wrong, is Ruben may have raced this at one point, but it's absolutely in great shape. Tires are a little bit worn, but he's got them all siliconed up. The wheels themselves have a little bit of yellowing, but not bad. It's just a great survivor car, to be honest. It's in awesome shape. Diffs feel good. Everything feels great, you know. So he had sent a picture, and it was a little bit dirty and stuff. He's like, "Oh, I still haven't cleaned it up." I said, "Well, clean it up. Tell me what you got to have for it." And he gave me a great price on it. I was happy with it. Everything feels great. So yeah, just a nice original ProCat. And I'm not going to do anything with it. I love it just the way it is. So a lot of times, you know, I mean, the body's got a little bit of scratching on the windows, but I mean, this is exactly what I want for the collection. Not every car has to be an absolute minter that's never been run. Sometimes I love these old vintage race cars that, you know, just have survived the test of time and are just a great example of what the car was back when it was released. So yeah, excited to have it. Thank you, Ruben. So that's the ProCat, and then this is the 201. So this came with the box manual, decals, the whole 9 yards. If you've watched any YouTube at all, you've seen probably 100 201s on YouTube. Biggest thing being new front 201 wheels, because you can't find those anymore. So it's got, you know, it's literally a brand new build. But this is the thing right here. So you see this blue section in the back. That's the 8mm chassis extension. So basically it takes this piece right here with this, extends that chassis back 8mm from its original position. It's adding 8mm to that wheelbase. The car itself feels great. Again, it should though. It's a brand new build, never been run. It's got Yeah Racing hack gear servo in it. Not hooked up. The servo is just sitting in there. I'm assuming it works, but they don't have the servo arm connected. I don't know if there's any other mods to it as far as upgrades versus original equipment. I've never built a 201, so I'm not really familiar with what comes in the kit. But I could probably compare it to my other one. I do have, oh, you know what it has? It's got the aluminum rear uprights, which I have like 5 sets of those. I ended up buying a DB01 spare parts lot for $57, and it had 4 brand new sets of the uprights aluminum uprights for the DB01, which are shared with the 201. So this one has aluminum uprights on it. I've got, it's funny because I've got a package of either 0 degree or 0.5 degree uprights in the cabinet for the other car that I had bought a long time ago. People, for some reason, on eBay think those things are, I mean, some people are selling them $150 for a set of rear aluminum hop-up uprights. It's like, they're out of their friggin' mind. $57, 4 brand new pairs in the package came in that lot. Can't beat that, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I have a bunch of those uprights. So yeah, I know it at least has that. I'm not sure. Sorry, you guys know I'm not a professional. Might as well take it out. So this is the other 201 I have. So you can see the paint up close just isn't the best. Whoever did it tried to do a good job, but yeah, kind of is what it is. So this one, I don't believe it was run. No, it's never been run. But when you put it wheelbase to wheelbase, see if I can do this and line up the front tires. You can see the rear tires, how much further back they are. Hold on, right there. So you can see that chassis extension is quite a bit. But other than that, it looks like everything else. So this doesn't have the aluminum uprights. It's got blue turnbuckles. This one has the plastic battery stay, where the other one has the carbon, but I have a carbon one for this car. So this one has the plastic battery stay. This one's got a brushless system in it. It does have a servo in it, but it's never been run. So these are the aluminum uprights. So these ones are 0.5. So yeah, I've ended up with 4 more sets of these in the DB01 package. And then this is the, so this carbon one is a little bit different than this one. I don't know if that's aftermarket, but this is Tamiya. So that's the Tamiya carbon battery strap for it. So those are my 201s. And like I said, I'm not sure. This one may become a giveaway car at some point. Maybe we'll do a new body for it and give it away. We'll see. I don't really need 2 built 201s, and I'd rather have the one with the Exotech. Schumacher. It's nothing really to look at in these. It's all over the internet already. So there's your ProCat box. I do love the box art body. If I do build this car, we'll do a box art style body for it. I may order a set of the white wheels from this kit to put on the other car, just because those ones are a little yellowed. I didn't buy any hop-ups for this. I typically don't. I like Schumacher, but I don't know. I don't know that I would run it. So yeah, I mean, at some point I'll probably end up I'm gonna build the XLS one for sure as a ProCat. Maybe that will change my mind as far as building these and running them and all the other stuff. So that's that one and that one. Cougar Classic. I'm glad Schumacher is still going down the rere road. I don't know what they'll do next. They went XLS. They did the Top Cat. Then they did the ProCat and the Cougar. I don't know if they'll go Cat 2000 next or Boss Cat or if anything. I mean, I think they're crazy not to, just because they seem to sell. I wish Yokomo or Losi would throw their hat into the ring. Losi, did the JRX2, I believe, but they did it in a smaller scale. And I don't have any Losis. I don't find myself searching for them. It's not that they're not a great car, because they are. I just don't know much about them, and just haven't gotten to a point where I find myself searching for them. I have so many cars that it's just, to add another manufacturer scares me, because I'll end up buying 10 cars, you know. It's just how I am. So Egress Black, love it or hate it, I think it was cool of Tamiya to do it. You know, it's, some people say that they didn't do enough. Some people would have wanted a black special, like the junior version with the green wheels, versus it just being a black edition. You know, whatever. It's so easy to sit back and criticize them, but when, you know, them actually coming up with these ideas, you gotta respect Tamiya. I mean, it's just, regardless. And then this is the reason why I bought two right here. Look at the presentation of that. You know, should it have come with a motor? Should it not have come with a motor? Whatever. You know, the original Egress didn't come with a motor. So why would the Black Edition come with a motor? Now, I know the Avanti Rere came with a motor. The Black Special came with a motor. Well, the original Avanti came with the Technigold. That's why. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with people who say that this should have come with a motor. Would it have been nice? Sure, it would have been nice. But I get why Tamiya does what they do. So yeah, at some point we'll build this up. It's cool to have the high caps in that bronze. That's cool, and the uprights as well. So yeah, this will be cool. I'm just gonna do it box art. I'm all right with it. I'm not crazy about the blue windows, but everything else is fine with me. I think Adams looked great on RC Action Australia. Gavin did one in gunmetal, and that seemed to look cool too. Hard to tell on camera. It's always hard to tell on camera. But I'm fine with the box art with the blue and the silver. It is what it is. It's an Egress Black. It'll look great with the other Egresses in my collection. So that's it. Kind of a, well, what's supposed to be a quick video, but I'm a rambler, so probably isn't. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what had come in. Nothing special, or nothing crazy, I should say. Let me move the camera over for a closing. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of RCIcons. Figured I'd grab the Top Cat and the XLS kit and bring them down with the other two. So there's Schumacher Rere in a nutshell right there. All four of their Rere kits, all new in box. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what I got. That's it. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the future builds. Turn on your notifications. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the Egress Black. I know it's kind of controversial, but whatever. I don't really get involved in that part of it, but I'm curious to hear what other people think of it. What do you think of the Cougar and the Pro Cat? Have you built one? Did you like the build? Were you frustrated with the build? Some people get frustrated with those builds. For me, a kit is a kit. You just work through it. It kind of is what it is. My RC10 Worlds car was a bit fiddly to put together, but at the end of it, it's an unbelievable car. The Shoemakers are kind of the same thing. Cecil's an engineer, you know, but he's the first one to tell you that his daughter at the time, back in the 80s, was putting these things together. So just remember that when you're swearing. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Thanks.